Hello students, this is Professor Faiz Raut from Jain College of Engineering, Department of MBA. I am teaching subject mergers, acquisition and corporate restructuring. I am in the numerical part of exchange ratio and this is the second lecture of the exchange ratio problem. Okay. In this question, it is said you have been provided with the following financial data of two companies of Krishna and Rama Limited, of both the companies, and some data is being given, and along with that company Rama Limited is acquiring the company Krishna Limited, exchanging its shares on one-to-one basis for company Krishna Limited. The exchange ratio is based on the market price of the shares of the two companies. Okay. In this, if you observe, the exchange ratio is directly given, which is 1:1. So we don't need to calculate the exchange ratio. This exchange ratio means for every one share of Krishna Limited, Rama Limited will give one share for the shareholders of Krishna Limited. And you observe in this case, company Rama is acquiring company Krishna. Okay, that means the acquirer company is Rama and the target company is Krishna. So first and the most important thing, you need to identify which is the acquiring company and which is the target company, so that your calculations will not get messed up. Okay, so we'll begin with the first requirement. It has been said what will be the EPS subsequent to the merger. Okay, so in this case the particulars, first I'll tell you the earnings per share. Yeah, the earnings, total earnings is given as 7 lakhs and 10 lakhs. Equity are given and EPS is also given. This is the pre-merger EPS. Okay, before the merger is happened, this is the EPS of the companies. In the previous problem we were required to find out this, and also PE ratio is given, and this is the important thing in this problem, and market price of both the companies is 35. So this tells us that the exchange ratio will be mostly is 35, because the target company share divided by the acquirer target company share divided by acquirer company share. So the exchange ratio will be 1. So as it is given, so no need to bother about that. So we'll calculate the post merger EPS now. To calculate the post merger EPS, we need two things: the earnings, total earnings of the company, and the total number of shares of the company. So now a post merger EPS will be post merger earnings, that will be the sum of these two, and the post merger total number of shares, that will be this plus this into exchange ratio. Okay, so that will be the numerators and denominators. So we'll begin with the first earnings per share, post merger earning per share. Okay, so post merger earning per share, numerator will be 7 lakhs plus 10 lakhs, that is 17 lakhs. That is 17 lakhs divided by this 2 lakhs multiplied by 1 in this case is the exchange ratio, plus 4 lakhs. Okay, so we will get a new EPS from this as 2.83. Okay, so this is the new EPS of combining of both the companies and making it into Rama Limited. So now the Krishna Limited shareholders are now the shareholders of Rama Limited with an EPS of 2.83, and Rama Limited also shareholders of Rama Limited will also have EPS of 2.83. So this is the new EPS. If you compare with this old EPS, so it is the new EPS is lying somewhere in between of these old EPS. Okay, so the next one, it has been asked what is the change in the EPS for the shareholders of companies Rama Limited and Krishna Limited. So we need to find out the change. So as there is, okay, as the EPS has been changed, what is the change and what is the percentage for earnings change for the new shareholders of Krishna and Rama Limited is to be calculated. So I'll just write down. Okay, okay, K represents Krishna, R represents Rama, and pre-merger EPS I'll write down. Okay, pre-merger EPS of Krishna Limited is 3.5 and Rama is 2.5. This is the pre-merger. This is the pre-merger EPS, and post-merger EPS will be this for both the companies. Companies as in both the kind of shareholders. Now only Rama Limited is remaining. So better I'll not call it a company. I'll call it a shareholders. So Krishna Limited shareholders is having EPS this much, Rama Limited company, Rama Limited shareholders will be having EPS as this much. So I just need to calculate what is the change. See, initially Krishna Limited shareholders were having 3.5 EPS. That means for every one share they have put in that company, they were getting 3 rupees 50 paisa for every one share. Now after the merger, they are getting 2 rupees 83 paisa for every one share they have invested. So this is the reduction in the EPS. Similarly for Rama Limited, and they were getting 2.5 rupees for every one share they have invested. Now after the merger, they are getting 2.83 rupees for every one share they have invested. That means this has increased. So Rama Limited original shareholders were very happy, and Krishna Limited new shareholders which went to Rama Limited will be a bit sad because their earnings per share have been reduced. So how much it has been reduced? It has been reduced by 0.67 rupees, and here it has been increased by 0.33 rupees. Okay, negative 0.67 and positive 0.33. So this is the gain or loss which both the shareholders are having. If I want to calculate percentage, it will be somewhere around 19% loss for the Krishna Limited shareholders, and 19% loss of Krishna Limited shareholders, and 13% profit for Rama Limited shareholders. So this is the loss and this is the gain in terms of EPS for both the kinds of shareholders. This was asked in the second question. And third question says, determine the market value of post-merger firm. PE ratio is likely to remain same. Okay. Now the initial market value was 35 for both the companies. So after the merger happened, okay, there will be change in the market value, but it has been mentioned PE ratio is likely to remain same. So now we are going to use PE ratio to calculate new market price because our EPS has been changed. So for new EPS, what will be the new market price? We are going to calculate using PE ratios. Okay, so yeah, I can do here. So if you remember, PE ratio formula is market price divided by EPS. Okay. So for PE ratio is likely to remain same. Of which company we are finding out? We are finding out of Rama Limited. Why not Krishna Limited? Because Krishna Limited is no longer existent now. The shareholders of Krishna Limited have become the shareholders of Rama Limited, and Krishna Limited is no longer there because the merger has happened. So only Rama Limited is existing now. Okay. So whatever new company if we say, we will take Rama Limited. Okay. So the EPS of pre-merger EPS if we are taking the EPS of both the kinds of shareholders. Okay. This K represents not Krishna Limited, the shareholders of Krishna Limited original. Okay. So similarly, if I am calculating PE ratio of post-merger company, that means I am referring to Rama Limited. Okay. I hope this is clear. So PE ratio of Rama Limited I will be taking, which is unchanged. It has been mentioned. Okay, the PE ratio is likely to remain the same. So this is unchanged. I will not take PE ratio of this. Okay, I will take 14 is equal to the market price we are going to find out divided by the new EPS, which is 2.83. Okay, so by solving this, I will get somewhere around 39.62 per share. So this is the market value of the merged firm. That means market price per share, okay, or market value per share of the merged firm. Now this was the third part. Fourth part is asking, ascertain the profits accruing to the shareholders of both the companies. We are required to find out the profit. Profit in here is in the sense, see, you don't have any EBIT or net profit or anything in this sum. So in profit in this sum will be what is the value of the company. Okay, that means what is the market value of the company. If I want to sell my merged Rama Limited outside, what is the market value it will be. So in the general sense, what is the market value? Market value per share is this much. So I will multiply the number of shares to get the market value of the merged firm. But here it is asking ascertain the profits accruing to shareholders of both the companies. So I will take market value of original Krishna Limited prior and market value of Rama Limited. Then I will compare it with the new market value. Okay. I am taking market value, not per share. Okay, so I'll multiply everything with the total number of shares. Okay, so let's see how it happens. Okay, so in the beginning, same way what we have done for EPS, okay, post merger EPS, pre merger EPS, similarly I'll do with the market value. Okay, so this is my K and R, this is my pre merger value I'll write down. Okay, pre merger value of Krishna Limited, pre merger shareholder shares were 2 lakhs. Pre-merger shares were 2 lakhs and the market price was 35. So this will be 2 lakhs multiplied by 35. It will be 7 lakhs. Pre-merger value of Krishna Limited. Similarly, pre-merger value of Rama Limited will be 4 lakhs into 35. Why 4 lakhs? Okay, so equity shares 4 lakhs. So this will be it will be 70 lakhs and this will be 140 lakhs. Yeah, 70 lakhs and 140 lakhs. So this is what we are getting here. And yeah, and next we'll calculate post merger value. After merger, what is happening? What is the shareholders of new Krishna Limited shares? It is 2 lakhs multiplied by the exchange ratio, which is 1 here. Okay, so no change in the value, multiplied by not 35. Now what is the new market price? This 39.62. Similarly for this is no change, 4 lakhs multiplied by 39.62. We are not touching the shares of Rama Limited irrespective of exchange ratio. Why? Because exchange ratio is only for Krishna Limited shareholders. That means Krishna Limited shareholders will be offering us shares, and in the exchange ratio we will be offering them new Rama Limited shares. Okay. So okay, so what will be the value of this? It will be 79 lakhs, 24 lakhs, 24,000, sorry, and this will be 1 crore 58 lakhs 48,000. So this is the new market value of both the shareholders of the firm. Okay, so if I want to take the difference of these two, like we have taken in the EPS calculation. So the Krishna Limited shareholders initially had, total shareholders initially had 70 lakhs as their market value of the firm. Now those shareholders, their market value has been increased to 79 lakhs. Here they were having 140 lakhs as the market value, these shareholders. Now they are having 158 lakhs as the market value. So in this case, both the company shareholders will be happy, because for both the companies there is a gain. So what is the gain in this case? It is 9 lakhs 24,000 for Krishna Limited and 18 lakhs 48,000 for Rama Limited. So the percentage gain, if I want to calculate, it is 11% for both the companies, for both the company shareholders. So 11% mein both are happy, Krishna Limited shareholders and Rama Limited shareholders after the merger. Okay, that means now Rama Limited shareholders, so the Rama Limited will have shareholders of Rama Limited original and new shareholders of Rama Limited from Krishna Limited. Okay, so both the shareholders are now happy. This is what was asked. Okay students, I just want to modify this sum in order to give you one more concept in this. Okay. In this it was already told that exchange ratio is 1:1, so we didn't calculate the exchange ratio. In the previous sum we did, but suppose forget about the market price. No, okay, no, okay, I'll just modify this question. If the question is Rama Limited is acquiring Krishna Limited, but Rama Limited is offering not 35 but maybe 70 rupees for the Krishna Limited shareholders, so that they'll sell the companies to them. Okay, so they are offering rupees 70 to whom? To Krishna Limited shareholders. Okay, so in this case we need to calculate exchange ratio if we are calculating with market price. Okay, we are calculating exchange ratio with market price, but in this case the exchange ratio is not 35 now by market rupees 35, it is by rupees 70. So how we calculate exchange ratio? The market price of the target company, okay, divided by the market price of the acquirer company. Okay, this is the formula. Okay, whatever the EPS of target company or EPS of acquirer company, or market price of target company, market price of acquirer company, or book value of target company and book value of acquirer company. Okay, so what is the market price of target company now? It is not 35. What they are offering? They are offering 70. So we are going to take 70 as the offer price or the market price which the Rama Limited shareholders are offering to Krishna Limited, and in the denominator we will take the market price as 35. So in this case the exchange ratio is 2. Okay, this can vary with new offer price for the target company. Okay, or else they can do reverse. They can offer only 17.5 to Krishna Limited shareholders. Okay, and Krishna Limited shareholders and Rama Limited have applied all the all the methods, all the strategies to take over them. Okay, and Krishna Limited shareholders have to agree with 17.5. In that case, what is the exchange ratio? Exchange ratio, the numerator will change to 17.5 in this case. What they are offering to Krishna Limited shareholders, 17.5 rupees as the offer price, and this will be same of Rama Limited. So in this case this will be 0.5. Now the exchange ratio is 0.5. Okay, this can keep on changing. Okay, I just wanted to mention you in this. Okay, thank you.